on guys, it's Jack Bing here, and today we are going to learn a super cool and super easy effect. We're going to keep it short and sweet, and it's one that's definitely worth messing around with a little bit and seeing what you can get out of it. So what we're doing is we are replicating that kind of really short focal length that you get out of the, the really expensive nice lenses where you get the real blurry background and it looks really artsy and cool. We're going to replicate that in Photoshop in just a couple of minutes, and I think it's a really awesome effect. So let's see how we do it. Alright, so here it is. I've just imported this photo here. We've got the kind of subject here right here in the middle, and what we want to do is really just kind of create a barrier between her and really make her kind of pop out from the background. You see it in those photos. Sometimes it needs a really expensive lens, sometimes it's hard, sometimes you just took the shot and didn't quite get the effect you're looking for. So this is a way that you can kind of replicate it, but it has a really cool effect of its own anyway. So it's worth learning. It's worth just basically knowing that it's there as an option to kind of, make your photos look a little bit different. Maybe it might be an effect that you're looking for. So we've got this photo here, and what I'm going to do instantly is just duplicate this. It's always good to basically, if you're working on something, just to duplicate it, and that way you've always got a kind of backup in case you do something wrong. Now what I'm going to do is I need to select the subject. Now depending on what the background is, this one's quite complicated. There's lots of different ways you can make a selection. You can use masks, or you can use the different kind of lasso tools and that. Today I'm going to use the quick selection tool, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come around here and basically just drag it on. Now it's up to you to what extent you want to do this. You can go really detailed and you're going to get a better result, that's for sure. Or for this example, just because we're showing you here and we're recording it as we speak, I'm going to do it fairly quickly, and you guys can watch me use the quick selection tool to basically just grab her there. It's actually worked out really well with the background. Sometimes the quick selection tool isn't really sure exactly what you're looking for, and it grabs all sorts of different things. So let's grab that. There's her hair. Now I'm just going to check if there's any kind of major spots that we missed. There's that. I might just use the lasso tool here just to basically take that bit out there. By holding Alt, you can just click around, take out this gap here. Like I said, I'm honestly doing a really quick job here. This is going to take me 1 minute. If you spend kind of 5 minutes on it rather than one, you'll be able to get a really nice, precise, cut around your subject. So here we go. It's kind of got a couple of flowers in there. Same down here a bit further. So we've got her selected right there. I can zoom back out, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go new layer via copy. So now we've got a couple of layers here. One of them is just her, and then we've got two of the background layers right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back here to the first background layer, and we're going to go to filter up the top there and blur. Now you've got heaps of different blur options here, and for this one what we're going to use is the lens blur. Now you can see instantly it basically kind of blurs the whole thing, and that's pretty much what we're looking for. Now this part is where you need to practice, and I guess not really practice, but just work out what the effect is you want to look for. You can blur it out and make it, once this loads up, really blur it out like that. You kind of get like this cross-hatching kind of thing going on here, or you can bring it back to something a little bit more realistic, a bit more like that. That is a little bit blurred still. I'm going to go somewhere in the middle for the sake of this, so you can see a really nice obvious change. So maybe about there. Let's just go here for fun and click OK. We've got the blurred backgrounds. There's a subject there, kind of pops out already, but it kind of doesn't look super realistic, because when you're taking a photo with a short depth of field, if you think about it, this kind of area of the ground here is in the same depth as she is. So the fact that it's all out of focus, it's all blurry, makes it look a little bit weird. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab the eraser right here, and now I've got it set on 1200. You want it to be nice and big, no hardness at all, so super soft. And all I'm going to do is I'm basically just going to go along where her feet are. I'm going to just swipe across like that. And now what we've done is we've erased that part of this layer here. So, and what we're showing here underneath, it's in focus, is that original layer that we had, that one there. So now you've got your blurred, you can see it's in focus where she is. Now, still here, if I zoom in, because we blurred her and she's still in this image, this one here, she's coming out a little bit wider, and you can kind of see that hair outline there, and that's obviously not ideal. So little trick, and again, sometimes this is going to work, sometimes it's not. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select this image here, and I'm actually just going to increase the size of it to, I think, maybe like 102%. That looks like it's done it. And just by increasing it by 2% each way, we've covered up the blur, and there it is. that is an effect that you can do in literally 5 minutes. I don't actually know how long it took, but it felt like about 5 minutes, where you've kind of created this huge depth of field. Look how much she really pops out of the background. And yeah, I think it's worth trying out for yourself and seeing the different kind of effects you can do. I think in some situations it would be cool to absolutely just blow out the background, really, really blurry, and just kind of get some really artsy, cool effects. So there it is, guys. Hopefully you guys learned something from that. I think it's a really cool effect, and it's something that's worth kind of mucking around with, messing around with a little bit, just to get some kind of different effects. You're kind of replicating something that you can't always do when you're looking through the camera. So hopefully you guys learned something from that. If you liked the video, click the like button. That helps us out with the YouTube algorithm. People are going to see it more, I guess. And join the fam, subscribe. I love seeing the subscriber base grow. It actually means so much to me when you guys subscribe. I've been loving it recently. So thanks so much for that. I bring out one of these kind of videos at least once a week, often more. So I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one.